Hey, it's the Horror Man back with my review of Wild Eye Releasing's Soft Matter. I always like to start off these videos by thanking Wild Eye Releasing for allowing me and some of my fellow YouTubers the opportunity to review their films. I will be leaving the Wild Eye Releasing YouTube channel link in the description box below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Soft Matter is a 2018 release from Wild Eye, and it was written and directed by Jim Hickox. It has an approximate runtime of 82 minutes, but it actually seems even shorter than that. Let me just say, this was one trippy film. But that is certainly not a bad thing. I always say that movies are meant to entertain, and Soft Matter definitely succeeds at that. First of all, I absolutely loved the opening credits. They were designed to look like an 80s or 90s VHS recording. It's very retro and very cool. And overall, it's very fitting for this movie. The premise probably sounds more complicated than it actually is. Two doctors have taken up shop in a recently closed down nursing center, where they can conduct some fishy scientific research. Their ultimate objective is to find the secret to everlasting life, immortality. And to do this, their experiments consist of combining the biological tissue of immortal sea creatures such as jellyfish, lobsters, and octopi with humans. This creates a control group of fish-like patients. One is a treefish-like blob with an affinity for the male doctor. Another patient is a human with lobster claws. And finally, there's a patient known as Mr. Sacks, who is literally a bag of soft matter, which, on screen, looks like a giant black garbage bag filled with sludge. And, oh yeah, that slimy Mr. Sacks loves to dance. Which brings me to my next point. There are actually a few musical numbers in this film, and they're pretty funny. And if I'm being completely honest, the final musical number was quite catchy. But anyway, back to the plot. There is an ocean god who is very resistant to these scientific happenings. She warns the doctors to discontinue their research. And while the male doctor is more receptive to the warning, the female doctor is reluctant to quit. Meanwhile, two young artists, including one who specializes in graffiti ghosts, decide to break into what they thought was abandoned nursing center. Their intention is to host an art show in a haunted location. But they never expected to come face to face with sea monsters and an ocean god. And now the doctors, the artists, and the art show attendees must fight for their lives in a battle between science and nature. I've already used the word trippy, but I'll say it again, because that's what this movie is. Trippy. It sort of reminded me of something that would come out of 80s or 90s MTV. Like a Prodigy video or that one Busta Rhymes video. You probably know what I'm talking about. There were also certain segments that kind of reminded me of 90s Nickelodeon. Something out of Kablam. And the final battle was something straight out of a cartoon or video game. It was great. Like a cheesy, what am I watching kind of great. The ocean god I mentioned earlier, who is obviously a huge character in this movie, is depicted right there on the cover. And she sort of reminds me of a character from Zoobilee Zoo. Like, if they had a sea creature character, that's probably what it would look like. And I grew up watching Zoobilee Zoo. I loved it. It was wacky and fun, just like Soft Matter. And hey, they both had musical numbers too. And again, none of this is necessarily bad. In fact, this movie was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Soft matter uses a very unique concept that should not be taken too seriously. Lastly, I'd like to mention one more thing. There is a scene toward the end of the film that involves fireworks, and I have to say, it was spectacularly done. The colors, the sound effects, and especially the camera work, fantastic. Soft Matter was released on DVD from Wild Eye Releasing. Bonus features include 2 commentary tracks, the short film Slow Creep, and trailers. And, oh yeah, this amazing cover art. So that's it for my review of Wild Eye Releasing's Soft Matter. Again, please be sure to subscribe to Wild Eye Releasing. Their channel link will be in the description box. I'll be back soon with some more Wild Eye reviews, but until then, please comment below and let me know if you've seen Soft Matter and what you think about it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.